Bridget, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Bridget. What's up?
So I have kind of a dilemma going on. I recently quit my job. After 5 years, I was in a toxic work environment, and mentally, I just could not take it anymore. So I basically was kind of forced to quit.
Oh, now that's different. You didn't quit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you remember those old cartoons or old movies where they would show pirates and they'd put somebody on the end of the plank and they'd stick a sword at their backside and they go, "Walk the plank." Do you remember that?
Exactly.
Would you say of that person that they jumped into the ocean?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't say they jumped in the ocean. They were pushed into the ocean, so you were forced to quit. The question is why?
Very toxic environment. A lot of favoritism. I had reached out to HR multiple times.
You were a squeaky wheel, and they got tired of hearing you squeak.
Exactly. And it was a medical field.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of females, and basically my main concern was the patients and to make sure that the patient.
What's going on with all? What's going on? This has got some Real Housewives of medical offices feel to it. When you said that, a bunch of females. What do you mean?
So just a lot of. I actually need my whole show because it's kind of a long story. But
give me the best one. Give me the best. Give me the best juicy Real Housewives moment. I'm right. That's what it was, isn't it?
Exactly, but I try to be more of an adult about it.
Yeah.
And it did feel kind of like a sense of being in high school.
Oh,
and
boy.
Just a lot of
gossip.
He said, she said. Yeah. And I'm the type of person that if I have something to say, I try not to come off as confrontational, but I will try to clear the air. And, I really, really needed this position because I'm recently separated. After 10-year marriage, I have a freshman in college, and I have two younger children.
What's the position?
It was a patient navigator, case ambassador.
Would you say that is a position that is very much in need in the healthcare industry?
Yes, especially
Then here's the deal. We lick our wounds. I want you to learn some things because it's possible that maybe you created a little bit of the drama, but sounds to me like the drama was there and you wouldn't have put up with it much longer anyway, even if you didn't confront, right?
Correct.
All right. So what we learn is when you're in a bad culture, you cannot fix it unless you are the leader. So what we do is we're not going to put ourselves in an unhealthy culture anymore, and we're going to do our homework, and we're going to ask around. Hey, what's the office like? What's the culture like? How do people treat each other?
And I did that. And the funny part about it is that within the network that I was working in, this was the third position that I had transferred into. Mm-hmm. And I entered the position with letters of recommendations from providers, from nurses. So I came in with really high standards of the position. But once I got there, I felt like my coworkers were intimidated by my knowledge, my relationships with the patients, and it kind of all just dwindled from there.
So you think that you are the common denominator in this deal, or they're unhealthy whether you're there or not?
No, I believe that the department is the unhealthy department because I did not.
Well, here's my question. Sorry. No, it's okay. I'm digging into. I told you need to be looking elsewhere, and your position is in high demand. And what you need to be doing is doing your double check, right? And going, all right, is this place a healthy environment? You go, well, Ken, I did that. So either they lied to you or you didn't do it well enough. Because I'm thinking forward here. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Do you think they lied to you and told you it was a healthy environment?
I believe so. But once I got there, because I knew the network, I knew what I was dealing with, and they seen how I was so attentive with my patients, I feel like they probably felt intimidated by my knowledge.
Yeah, but here's my point. I get that. But my point in helping you is I'm focusing on you going forward. And you going forward, you need to talk to people who actually work there, not just the leaders in the interview process. You need to find a way to, with your connections, go, hey, talk to somebody who works over there. What's it like? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can figure that out. All right? Now, the other thing I'm going to just caution you on, I'm not saying you did it. But I got a feeling that you need a coach to kind of go, hey, listen, in the next environment, you just go do your job.
Yes.
And you stop looking at everybody else. Not saying you did, but I'm saying you do your job. And don't comment on other people's jobs. Do your job. If you got a colleague who's not treating patients the way you treat patients, it's deep down inside of you to go, hey, you didn't handle that right. Guess what? It's not your job.
Correct.
Do I hear a smile on the other end of the phone?
I'm just a very positive person. And even though I'm in the situation that I'm in, I try to move forward now because I feel like I was mentally drained in that position.
You were?
Yeah. I'm trying to take a couple of months off just to clear my head. And
can you afford to do that?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, great. Then that's fine. I love that. But here's what I'm telling you. You need to know how you're uniquely wired. And don't get yourself sucked into the drama. I think that you're a pure person. I think you are. I think you're honest. I think you're just. And I think that gets you into a little bit of heartache sometimes, and you're going to have to learn how to not let that happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew that. I could hear it on you. And I'm not knocking you. I'm not, like you are virtuous. Okay? And not only are you virtuous, you are driven by justice. Am I still on the right path?
Yeah, that sounds very much like me.
So you take a virtuous person who cares about justice and they see a lack of virtue and they feel like they got to help correct it. And then what happens is what you're saying was intimidating, may have been intimidating, but I would suggest to you, and I'm your friend, Bridget. I'm wearing the Team Bridget t-shirt right now.
Thank you.
But I would suggest to you
mm-hmm.
that maybe you weren't intimidating, maybe you were irritating.
Maybe my positively way of being probably irritated people because everybody was walking around miserable around there, honestly.
There it is. So do you know what cockroaches do when you turn the light on in a room? You ever seen it?
Yeah, they scatter.
They go to the corner.
Yes.
You were sunlight. You were light. They're cockroaches. They run away from that.
Yes.
So you got to be careful, right?
Don't be too bright.
Be careful how you share your brightness, I think is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Listen,
how can I do that?
I just told you. Do your job.
Okay.
Don't comment on their job. Don't comment about your job in front of them. Do your job. If you're in an unhealthy environment. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I'm saying. What you thought was being positive sunlight, which the sun comes out every day, was that obnoxious light on the phone when somebody shines it right in your cornea. You know? Yeah. I think you were shoving your cell phone light right in front of their face. And that's, I think so. And I'm not getting on you. What I'm saying is this. Now we focus forward. You are in demand. Take a little bit of time to get healthy, but you better do your homework. And I mean, you need to find ways to get to email, phone call, texts, Zooms, face-to-face coffees with people who work in these new offices because you got connections and you find some people who are going to tell you what it's really like. What's the culture? And then you need to learn about yourself. All right? And you need to do your job, do a really good job, which you do, and don't try to infect or affect anybody else in there other than the patient. Don't worry about the drama. Avoid the drama.